Holy shit, it's Sunday. This is Baggin and Boardin Sunday. What's good, everybody? It's time to hang out. I meant to do this hours ago, but guess what? It was epic road trip time. So you guys buckle up, stay tuned for probably one of the most pinkies out comic hauls I think I've ever had on a road trip. And we got some couple of exciting announcements, right? Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. What's good, y'all? It is Sunday night, the latest I've gone on a Sunday, usually winding down for the day. I haven't done any bagging and boarding until just now. Got some sweet pickups. I know there's lots of con news going on. There's lots of auctions going on tonight. So thanks for hanging out here for a little bit. We won't make it a 3-hour stream. We'll just hang out here for a bit. But man, what's cracking, everybody? Happy Sunday. Who we got hanging out so far? Man, we had the Paul Dunn. Says, well, we're waiting. That's actually a pretty good clip I should make one of these days. Stoutman's in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. The great Herminio Reyes Jr. is in the house. What's going on, man? Yeah, keep it down a little notch. It's later at night than I'm used to, right? Remy Q Studios, how's it going, man? Good to see you. House of L Comics, man. Thanks for sending me that link. I'm definitely keeping an eye on that. But after today, ooh, man, the comic funds are definitely hurting. Stoutman, is it only 7 more? That's a great announcement to roll into. Paul Dunn says, wowza, absolutely. So, sounds like only 7 more subscribers to hit that road to 1,000 goal, and then we trigger the Slabaganza giveaway. That's going to be happening soon. Man, and we were on the hunt for more slabs today. I tell you what, I walked into probably the biggest comic book store I've ever seen in my life. So we're going to go over that. And I stumbled on an epic haul of books. And if you're on IG, you've seen me post some of those today. Zuni, little fist bump action Sunday night. Good to see you, man. How are you? Thanks for stopping in. Man, just a couple of minutes in. We're getting settled in. We're getting warmed up. Because, oh, wow. We got to go over these books here in a little bit. I thought about on the fly just grabbing another bin of comics and sitting and bagging and boarding. But this haul of books deserves its own little quick live stream tonight. Hang out with you guys. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Hopefully you guys had some fun this weekend, too, and you guys are all fired up for tomorrow and ready to go for another Monday, because that Monday live stream is coming up. We will be there tomorrow night for another Mail Call Monday here down in the Comic Dojo, because there is a massive load of boxes. We got more showed up this weekend. Come on, Mama. Thanks for being here. Hello, my fine furry fellow. Accurate. This is true. Mishu Seaman, good to see you. Monday. Tomorrow will definitely be Monday. Meeting packed Monday. Station Big Herm. Absolutely. Station. Ooh. So, without further ado, what got me on this road trip today? I met an individual on Facebook Marketplace that had a stack of books that they were selling. And lo and behold, well, I won't say it was in my neighborhood. It was a bit of a haul, but I didn't want to turn down these books based on the condition, and we reached an agreeable price. And how do you turn down a chance to at least go look at Something Is Killing the Children #1, never opened, never read, in a top loader? So this is my backup, like plan B option. Hopefully this gives me an additional set of books to send to CGC to score a 9.8 set of the first 10 books for the PC. But how do you turn down going to look at this book, right? It was a bit of a hike. I was going to sit and do a stream this afternoon, bagging and boarding stream for 3 or 4 hours, 2 or 3 hours, whatever. But I hopped in the old vehicle and I went hunting, and lo and behold, there it is. We ended up picking this up, and this is stellar condition. Like I said, never opened, never read, near mint condition. Take one more look at this. Definitely cleaning and pressing this, and it's going to have a shot at a 9.8, right? This is going to have a shot at a 9.8. So we'll see what happens. The first copy is off at CGC getting graded right now. We'll get this second copy in with the next batch of books for Impressive Comic Book Services to take a look at. I couldn't turn down a chance to go. Like, that's one of those things where this series of books kind of fell into close to the price range, but I was looking for another set as like a backup option, right? If I had played the game that I've always played after the last 20 years, is I buy one to read and I buy one and stash it away. I didn't do that with something that's killing children because lo and behold, what was it? Once in Future was out as well. So I was grabbing that, and I was grabbing a lot more titles than I thought I was going to be. Peter Parker's Pants, thanks for being here. Baggin and Boardin, Pinky's out. We might not get to some Baggin and Boardin, but we're going to do some epic haul discussion right now. Josh G, good to see you. Thanks for being here. So in this set that he was selling also came a first print of number 2 in near mint plus condition. Never opened, never read. Also, issue number 3, same near mint plus condition. Issue 4, and that's actually, this is my 3rd copy of issue number 4, and the last 2 copies actually had spine ticks on them. This one is spine tick free and is super, super clean. Issue number 4 is near mint plus condition. Super happy to see that because that all super black dark cover, that's pretty tough. Issue number 5, near mint plus, never opened, never read. I'm gonna jinx myself and accidentally drop one of these tonight, I bet you, but there is not a, this is right off the shelf and in phenomenal condition, never open. Like I said, how could I turn it? I at least had to go check it out because there's a caveat to this. It was worth the trip whether I got these or not. Hard to come by clean. Number 4 is Paul is right. Number 6, near mint plus condition. I know, Josh, I was shocked that I found this series on Facebook Marketplace of all places. Number 7, near mint, never opened, never read. Blue Green Artifacts, Tony, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Where did I? Oh yeah, I'll get to that. We'll get to this in just a second. Let me show 2 more books, and we'll get to the fact that I didn't have what I needed to in my wallet today too. Issue number 8, near mint, never opened. I mean, like I said, I couldn't pass this up. 6 is similar, lots of spine issues. That's good to know. And number 9. So 1 through number 9, near mint plus condition, never opened, never read. The guy's like, I don't usually buy books just to sit on, but he's like, I kind of I had a feeling about this, and I'm like, yep, you and me, man. And I told him I really appreciated the opportunity to pick these up because I said, this is my plan B. The first series of issues that I grabbed, I did actually open and read. So if those don't come back in 9/8, this is kind of like a backup plan to get these off to Gary Kendra and see what happens if they're let's see here. Yes, bagging and boarding myself 3/4 of the way through my whatnot shipment. Nice. Paul says 4s are tough. So here we go. Where'd I leave my card? So like I said, this was an epic road trip for me. Epic road trip comic hunt. This was multiple hours away from my home base. So I get in the vehicle and I leave. And it wasn't until I got all the way up there. Thankfully, I had pre-planned and had brought cash to pay for this collection for that gentleman. And it wasn't until several hours later I realized that my card wasn't in my wallet. And the reason why that's important is I'll get to it in just a second here, because I met this guy in the parking lot of a major shopping mall up in Michigan. And in the shopping mall is a comic book store that I've known about the name forever. Didn't know that their store was there in this mall, and I didn't know it was as big as it was. So we got some pictures to show. We'll hit this chat again really quick. So that was a win all day long if I just grabbed that and just went straight home, right? It's a pretty good pickup off of Facebook, absolutely. It's a hard to come by clean number 4s. I'll take another look at that, but that 4 looked perfect. 6 is similar. I'll double check number 6 as well. I got a good look at him in the parking lot before we completed and went on our way. But maybe you'll get 9/8 for each. That's the goal, right? So I know the first issues that I sent out, 3/4 of them were dead on 9.8 candidates. There were a couple that were like, they need to be in 9.8s. I think they should be in 9.8s, but sometimes you get a grader that just doesn't agree with you, and that's what happens. If there was a number 6, 1 in 25 in there, yes, you're not kidding me, man. I definitely would have crapped the chicken as well. Panda awesome. Adrian, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Sending a bunch of books to go to grading for the first time, hoping for some good news. Dude, I can't wait. Hopefully you'll do a blind live unboxing when those comes back, because that would be a ton of fun. Good luck, Paul. Absolutely, everybody says. So let me get into these pictures, because I stumbled on this store, and I just, like, I don't know if I'll get to Baggin and Boardin in this hangout tonight, but you guys got to see this place. So I stumbled on a place called Lang's Comic Books. It's up in Muskegon, Michigan. And if you've been to a major convention in Chicago, Indiana, Michigan, around here, I'm pretty sure you've sifted through some of their boxes and you've seen or heard of Lang's Comic Books. I had no idea that they had a store in Muskegon, Michigan in a mall. Now check this out. This, if you're looking right in there like this is a standard mall kind of store, right? Same kind of size, but good gravy, where there are comic books everywhere. There's an entire wall of key issues in there and key runs and series. And then he, not only did he have the one store that you walk into, but to the left and to the right, he had both of those stores. So when you walk into your right, you've got a mini arcade that he started up there, and he's got an entire section of collectible toys, Star Wars toys. And then if you want pops, good Lord Almighty, there were pops as far as the eye could see. Pops everywhere. And like super collectible pops and hot pops back there too. Like an entire half of one of those places was just pops. And the fine guy back there said that he wants to make that even bigger yet. And then the other side of that store was actually a sports cards and sports memorabilia section that he started as well, with lots and lots of sporting cards and collectible cards. Oh, it's almost Monday, so of course my brain's not going to keep up. And then, not only that, you exited that and turned right around, and you did a 180-degree turn, and right on the other side of the mall is an entire another section they have called their comic book warehouse, open Saturdays and Sundays. All it is look at this. Look at this. Bin after bin after bin after bin after bin after bin after bin of books to dig through. I could have spent an entire 2-day weekend up there going through this store. It was epic. I tried to take in everything that I could in 2 hours, and it was just not enough. Not enough time. Because I'm kid you not, you know the size of a standard mall store when you go in there. He's got that one that you walk right into, and then to the left and to the right were openings that you can go into expanded store sections. And then on the other side of the mall was their entire warehouse full of comic books. This was epic. So some of you guys might even recognize that Lang's dollar sign on the front of those bins from other shows. But this was it. This was their shop up in Muskegon, Michigan. And I kid you not, we got to pile 5 or 6 people into a car and road trip to this place and spend a day digging through everything. It was a blast. And it was about that time, about an hour and a half to almost 2 hours in, I'm finding stuff and I'm putting stuff aside on the counter. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking for a number of things here. I'd really like to talk to you about this. He's like, okay, sure. Just catch me when you're done. Just whenever you're done looking around, come find me and we'll talk. So I go to get everything. I'm like, all right, let me check and make sure I've got my wallet here. Yep, there's my wallet. Open up my wallet. Here's my bank cards. I'm multiple hours away from home. My bank cards aren't in my wallet. Wait, what? Uh-oh. So there I was, multiple hours from home, no bank cards in my wallet. Not even a backup, like emergency $100 bill or backup emergency credit card, nothing. Because I tend to just not keep anything in my wallet these days. And I gave my bank card to my wife to run through the ATM while she was out running an errand this morning, and she still had it in her purse. So I just got to be thankful, fingers crossed, and I just got to be thankful for the fact that, one, that gentleman at Lang's was willing to work with me to figure some things out via phone, and 2, I had enough gas to get back home without any bank cards or any cash in my pocket because I didn't even think about that aspect either because I left without even putting gas in the vehicle. Oh man, so that was pretty tough. That was pretty tough. But I mean, I kid you guys not. So let's go over. I'm going to pull these books really quick here in just a second. We got quite the epic stack of books from Lang's. I am definitely planning another road trip back up there, all the way up in Muskegon, Michigan. And Paul says, "Holy moly, yeah, dude, you should have seen my jaw hit the floor when I opened my wallet and that wasn't there. My bank cards weren't there. And holy moly, to that massive store." Josh, it's probably worth the trip depending on where you're at in Ohio. There might be some bigger stores down there, but this is the biggest comic book store I think I've ever stumbled into. They're taking up 4 stores in a mall. 4 stores in a mall. So there's tons of space to sprawl out, tons of space to dig through. I couldn't believe it. It would have been one of those weird, awkward situations where you're at a gas station, be like, yeah, this is going to sound terrible, but I really need $10 to get home. Like you've always run into people like that once in a blue moon. Big Herm says he drove to an LCS 45 minutes to an hour without my card. That was a sad day. Yeah. That's I'm very thankful that I was able to figure something out with the owner, and I'm definitely going to be a patron of that store quite regularly if I can make it up there multiple. It's quite a hike. It's quite the pilgrimage to get up there, but there's plenty of other shops in Grand Rapids to check out at the same time. There's actually, yeah, there's quite a few shops between where I live and where that store was that I could make a whole weekend out of it, essentially. But okay, let's get into these books from Lang's. I'm really, really, really excited because this was no joke. Like I've got 30 more pictures of all the cases, all the books and cases that he has there, but we'd be here an hour going over those pictures. So literally, I just grabbed a handful of stuff that I was really, really pining to have. I mean, there were big boy books. There were big boy books sitting there. But Kanan, the Last Padawan, number 6. This is the one that's been eluding me for quite some time. And this is a serious contender for a 9.8. Although I have a sneaking suspicion that there's one crease. If you look by my middle finger right here in the light, see that as I see that little indentation? That's definitely pressable. The trick is once it's done pressing, if there's a micro tear in the ink or in the colors, that one thing might drag it down to a 9.6. But I can't find anything else wrong with this book. And remember, 9.8s are allowed to have up to 2 issues, right? Spine ticks, depending on how egregious they are, can bring it down. But for this to show up in a 9.8 would be epic. I'm planning on it coming back as a 9.6. A 9.8 would be a nice surprise, though. And that Kanan, number 6, has been eluding me for quite some time. I've had opportunities on YouTube auctions. I've had opportunities in some other areas, but the prices have just never quite been right. I felt like his price was like dead on if it was going to be a 9.8, like a near mint plus candidate. Like it was dead on. But hey, we're there to do the old 1-2 bundle rue, right? We're not going to buy one book and walk out. We're buying a stack of books. So I'm there to do the old 1-2 bundle rue. So we definitely got some fair prices on these books. And something that I never see somehow, for some reason, for a book that's so heavily printed and nobody cares about really, and most people say it's dead spec or something else, I finally found a copy in the wild. Star Wars The Force Awakens number 1. I've been pining to buy several of these in person for fair rates for quite a long time because I don't want to pay eBay prices. eBay prices, this book is like $10, $15, $20, depending on who's selling it and whatnot. And after taxes, after fees, let me just find these in a box somewhere for the price that they're supposed to be, whatever the market price is, and let me just pay cash for them and walk out. I don't want to pay and deal with shipping and all that other stuff. So finally, for once, Star Wars The Force Awakens, number 1. I haven't had one. Glad to add that to the collection. And the plus to that was, yeah, it was a whole set. Issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, and these are just solid reader grade copies. These aren't like near mint plus. Issue 1 looks like it's a near mint plus, but issues 2, 3, 4, and 5 all look like they're near mint minus, really good shape. $15 for that bundle. For those 5 issues, $15. Perfect. I'm going to grab those. $15. I'm willing to pay that price because you go on eBay, most places want $15 just for the number one. Now I could actually sit down and read the single issues and have a really high quality reader set. Number one probably it's probably borderline 9.6. Not something I'd probably send to CGC. I'll probably just chase 9.8s for that one if I really, really wanted one. But in all seriousness, an issue I'd never seem to find live out in the wild, an issue I never seem to find out in the wild. I finally found one, and I finally found a set. So 2 more big books. But before I get to these 2 big books here, let me hit this chat again really quick. Some more people have popped in, and some more people are hanging out. You guys are all still here. So dang, Andy, it's not even Monday yet. Yes, still doing the Monday unboxing tomorrow. I've got several boxes. I just got to figure out what kind of theme or what kind of title, because we're approaching 30 boxes down here that need to be unboxed. I've been on a buying rampage building the collection, and I need to kind of trim it back and get caught up with cleaning, organizing everything. Yes, I would have been out in the corner begging for gas money if that was the case. Yeah, you're welcome, man. I've driven 10 hours several times to get to CE in Indy. That's my Graceland. CE in Indy. I'll have to look that up. I'm really interested on making some road trips down to Indiana and Ohio and going some bigger shops that I'm like not even waiting for conventions, right? Like all these conventions are crammed into this fall. Like in the meantime, let me go find some big shops to go check out. But yeah, speaking of that, in 2 weeks from now, up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, they've got a comic book convention going on there. They're doing a summer fling before the big fall deal. Tills Pops, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Subscribed not too long ago. Just wanted to drop and say what's up. Hope everybody has a beautiful Sunday. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the subscriber. And hit that. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the giveaway when we go to do that giveaway, because we are just a couple of more subscribers away. And this week will be a whole mountain of work this week preparing for the Whatnot auction this Friday, coming up this Friday, August 6th, 8 p.m. Another fun Whatnot auction coming up. So there's some books loaded on there. I'm going to be loading some more books tonight. There's going to be a lot of bagging and boarding and cleaning and prepping for that. And then we are going to start going through and pulling a lot more names from the entries for the Slab-A-Ganza giveaway on that video on the very front, the announcement for the Slab-A-Ganza giveaway, and the top 50 comics of my collection in 2021. There's people to pull from there yet, comments to pull from there, and all of the Whatnot followers. If you're not following on Whatnot, follow me on Whatnot, and then you get automatically entered as well there. So there's 3 entries, 3 chances for you to win a slab. I think we're up to 8 or 10 slabs now. I showed those to you guys this past week, and we'll do it again tomorrow night, actually. So tune in tomorrow night, Mail Call Monday. We'll do another recap of all those slabs that we're giving away. And I can't wait to do that. That's going to be so much fun. Yes, beautiful cover. Absolutely. You would know about a micro. Oh, I would actually. Digging the shirt. Yes, thank you. Oop. Do not give in to the war within. End veteran suicide from the Till Valhalla Project. You guys will see me wear these all the time. I've got six of these now. I'll wear them regularly on my live streams. I'll wear them regularly out in public. I'll wear them to conventions. And I should actually probably order another hoodie for this fall for convention season, but I'll wear these constantly all the time. It's a very important message. Mental health awareness is a really big thing to share constantly, not just veterans, but everybody as well. You could have had your wife send you money through Walmart within minutes. Instead, actually, I was able to work out something with the shop owner, and we had it all taken care of in just a matter of minutes. It was just, I had to start that awkward conversation of like, oh, hey, this is going to sound really weird, but yeah, my bank card is in my wife's purse, and I am multiple hours away from home. So we figured it out, though. Comics Elite. Comics Elite, what? I'm sorry I missed that. But I will check out that website later. Those guys are awesome. Comics Elite. Absolutely. Come over to the Metro Detroit area that does. Yes, Peter Parker's Pants. We got to do a meetup over in Detroit at some point. There's Sanctum Sanatorum. There's actually a couple of shops that I scored books in 2019. We went to the Motor City Comic Con there. And then that Sunday after the show, like we left a little bit early, we hit up 3 or 4 shops before heading home, and I found some great deals over there. The Saga trade paperbacks are in the mail. I ordered 10 copies. 10 copies of the Saga trade paperbacks. They are in the mail. They're on their way. So that is also going to be part of the Slabaganza giveaway. Every slab winner will get a Saga trade paperback #1 with them. Shinobi Fufu, good to see you, man. You had to put a freeze on my extracurricular. Yes, I'm not far from that. I am not far from that. The funds from the Whatnot auctions, a chunk of that goes back into books going for Whatnot, and it goes into the giveaways for Whatnot as well. And then the last little bit was basically this weekend picking up these extra books. We'll hit the books on a recap here just a little bit. Let me finish recapping the chat here, and then we'll show the last 2 big books that we picked up from Lang's. Dirty Wookie Baseman, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Met a celebrity today. Hope you enjoyed Lang's. Oh, hey, Dirty Wookie Baseman must be the fine gentleman that I picked up the Something's Killing the Children series from today. Can't thank you enough again. We were just talking about how that's going to be the backup option, because the first series of books that I picked up from the LCS, I read them and then sent them out to be pressed and cleaned and graded. So if those don't come back 9.8, if I miss any there, this is the great backup option. That's what I was kind of telling you about in the parking lot for a minute. But dude, yeah, thanks for the Lang's hit, man. The Lang's hit. We were just going over the Lang's books. I picked up a Kanan #6 while I was there. Picked up that Star Wars Force Awakens #1 through 5. And the last 2 books that we picked up from Lang's, really quick here. I can never leave these behind. I can never leave a Marvel Team Up 141 and anything 9.0 or better. I can never leave these behind. This one is a struggle for me because I think the grader was dead nuts on with this 9.2. It's a white pages though. So that's why I grabbed it as white pages. And on the back, you guys probably aren't going to be able to see it, but in this region right here, there's actually like 4 color breaking spine ticks, but 3 of them have creases that haven't been pressed out yet. So the creases haven't been pressed out. That tells me that if I can see those plain as day, right, the creases right to the spine ticks, that tells me that this book either A, wasn't properly pressed and cleaned, or B, wasn't pressed and cleaned at all. So for the price that Lang's had on it after the big bundle-roo, I think this, I don't know. It's a gamble, right? Like, I feel like this can make 9.4, but is it worth the time and money? I don't know yet. We'll see. It's a classic book. It's a classic cover. I can never seem to leave these laying behind for affordable prices. And so that definitely hit the vehicle as well. I can't stop grabbing those. It's like the third, what is it? ASM 252, that book, and then Star Wars, Secret Wars #8. And everybody says that Marvel Team Up 141 is kind of like the lesser of the 3 that you collect if you're collecting those series. And I don't think so. I think that purple cover is amazing. I never like to leave those laying behind. But the coup de grace for tonight that I could not leave behind at Lang's. I could not leave this. I couldn't walk out without this book. Star Wars Clone Wars #2 9.8. Because for those of you guys that aren't new here, you guys know that Clone Wars #1 9.8 resides back there. Team purchase between the wife and I, because we are big Ahsoka Tano fans. Wait, what just came out of my mouth? Ahsoka Tano fans? Ahsoka Tano fans. So we did not have a #2 in our collection. So now this is tricky. This is kind of funny. As you'll see on this CGC slab here, there's nothing annotated up top as being a key issue. But this is Ahsoka Tano's second appearance in standard comic book form. Now, when you look online, I forget I don't know if it's a graphic novel or something else, but there's definitely something else. Maybe it was the Star Wars magazine. Either way, Ahsoka Tano's second appearance isn't in a comic book, but that's that old adage of comic book versus previews mags, or comic books versus magazines versus books versus trade paperbacks, whatever. In my opinion, this is Ahsoka Tano's second appearance. Whether it's annotated or not, this is a standard comic book. That was a standard comic book. This is her second appearance, in my opinion. I disagree with second appearances in magazines and in trade paperbacks and other formats. I mean, if you're a comic book collector and you're looking for a character's second appearance in a comic book, this is Ahsoka Tano's second appearance in a comic book, in a standard comic book. I got to educate myself more on the situation dramatically before I be really hard-nosed on that, but this is kind of where I'm at. It's her second appearance. Definitely happy to add that to the collection. So, I mean, it was just a mega haul of a day, and we've already been going for 30 minutes. So let me hit up this chat again before I recap these. Absolutely, man. Woo. That's what CE stands for. Oh, Comics Elite. Comics Elite is down there. Okay. Okay, definitely had to check that out with you guys. Yes, Slabbergasm giveaway too. Yes, the Slabbergasm giveaway is happening, right? Let's scroll down and take a quick look. 7 subscribers away from triggering that. So what that means is when the channel hits 1,000 subscribers, then we are going to schedule a Saturday evening. It'll start early. It's probably going to be a super long live stream. There's 10 slabs to give away, I think. It's going to be a long live stream. It's going to be several hours, and the goal will be to give away all those slabs in this live stream. In that live stream, spinning the wheel, community members are going to come and hang out. It's going to be a blast. So once the channel hits 1,000, we're going to schedule that, find a weekend, and it's not going to be immediately after we hit 1,000. There's going to be some time. There's lots of comments to pull, lots of people's comments from the 2 videos and from whatnot to pull and put all those in there. So it's going to be a bit of work. It's going to take a bit of time. Stinky Pinky, smash that like button, peeps. Absolutely. Yes, Dirty Wookie Baseman, good to see you again. Please consider subscribing and hanging out. And I look forward to hopefully running into you at Grand Rapids Comic Book Convention or the Motor City one or C2E2 or one of the other major conventions, or maybe even at Lang's again someday. That'd be a ton of fun. Yes, it is a great cover. I mean, we always kind of talked about getting a number 2, but for the sticker price that was, when you think about what a 9.8 number 1 goes for, are they over $3,000 now for what they go for? And I mean, for what an issue 2 9.8 goes for, it's a fraction. It is a drastic fraction. I mean, like pennies on the dollar. It's so much cheaper than a number 1. I feel like as people get priced out of number 1, they're going to go for number 2 and some of the other appearances and some of the other covers and something like that. So in time, it only makes sense to have as an Ahsoka Tano collector to have that now before it gets too expensive. Good pickup. Leave it, he says. So he's talking about the Marvel Team Up 141 9.2. He says leave it. I'll think about it. I'll think about leaving it. Swoosh 9.8. That's a nice Ahsoka. Such a good pickup right now because she is going to blow soon. You know it. You know it. When that show hits, it's going to be a blast. Hope she gets a standalone comic. Ooh, I do too now that you mentioned that. That'd be great. Peter Parker's Pants, great haul. Thank you, sir. Absolutely. We could super chat when you hit 1,000. Yes, that is true. What I'm looking forward to doing with that too is actually having the community tab. More importantly, I mean, not more importantly, but when the channel hits 1,000 subscribers and if it gets accepted, the community tab is really, really, really what I'm looking forward to, because the community tab means that I can incorporate a lot of the stuff that I want to do on IG that I can do here much easier, right? Polls. What do you guys want to see? Live feedback. What do you guys like about the channel? What you don't like about the channel? Then it gives me an opportunity to connect more directly with people here on the YouTube platform so that I can tailor shows, timings. Like, I mean, I don't mind sitting here for an hour and having a stream, but a lot of other people I've noticed that really like that 10-minute micro content that gets chopped out because they can visit for 10 minutes without, popping in and out of an hour stream and missing a couple of things. But yes, definitely looking for that. Peter Parker's Pants says there's 8 more to go. Yes, it's something like that. It's less than 10. Absolutely, man. So 2 big announcements before I go. Do you guys want to recap the books? Did we have anybody just show up here in a little bit? Anybody interested in recapping the books before we call it? That short is epic. I need one. Grunt style. That shirt is epic. Yes. No, it's not grunt style. It's actually the Till Valhalla Project. If I can turn my arm. If you look right up there as Till Valhalla Project, look them up on Google. Google search them and read what they have to offer. Read what their mission statement is. Check that out. Yes, I know. Auto mistake. Absolutely. Recap it. Yes, Big Herm says, I will recap it here in just a minute. Ian Fiddler, thanks for being here. Missed a few of the pickups. So we will definitely hang out a little bit more and we will recap these books here in just a bit. So let me make some room here because, like I said, we'll do a full recap. Pretty epic day today. You've bought from Till Valhalla Project. Absolutely. I love their fit. I love the fit of the shirts. I love the quality material and the screen printing or the ink printing. Whatever they use, this stuff lasts. I think the only thing that I've noticed with the first round of shirts I bought 4 years ago, is the red ink over time will fade into orange, but it took 3-4 years, something like that. And these things get washed regularly, like twice a week because I wear them so often. Chad Cave, yes, I am a veteran of the Marine Corps, So it's one of the reasons why I choose to wear the Tel Valhalla Project shirts with me on a regular basis. Recap it is. We are definitely going to recap this. If my nose would stop itching here for just a second. But, so like I said, quick recap. Big epic road trip today. Big epic road trip up to Muskegon, Michigan, all the way up to Muskegon, Michigan for a Facebook marketplace pickup today that was epic. And he was just in here not too long ago, probably dipped out. Dirty Wookie Baseman, Dirty Work Baseman. Absolutely. Met him on the Facebook marketplace for the Something is Killing the Children series pickup. Issue 1 in near mint condition, never opened, never read. Definitely going to get graded. And all issues 2 through 9 as well. Near mint plus, never opened, never read. So there's issue 9. Oh man, hopefully you guys can't hear my stomach grumbling. Issue 8. Issue 7. Just reading his comics. I'm honored. Thanks for being here, man. Good to see you. Sunday night. Happy Sunday. We're winding down the day. Hello to everyone. Baggin and Boardin is why I'm not in the chats much. Station. This Sunday hangout started as a bagging and boarding, and I just don't think I'm going to fit some in today because it's just been so busy, and I didn't want to miss hanging out with you guys on a Sunday for a hot minute. Issue number 6 apparently is one that has lots of spine ticks. Paul Dunn was saying this thing is crispy clean. This thing looks epically clean. Can't wait to get these sent off. Issue number 5, near mint plus. I mean, this thing is gorgeous. This whole series that I picked up from him, like I said, never opened, never read. And issue 4 is generally pretty tough to get in high grade without some micro spine ticks on the spine. And the little flash you see there is just the staple. This thing is gorgeous. They're all going to get pressed and cleaned no matter what. At least get looked at by a professional. They're at least going to get looked at by a professional for sure. And then if that professional is going to press them and clean them, they will. Issue 3 as well. And issue 2. So I think issue 2 and issue 5, actually the first 5 issues have all been pretty hot when they're graded in high grade. So Dirty Work Baseman, thanks again. If you're still listening, you're still here. That was an epic pickup. I greatly appreciate that. And then, like I said, moving right along, starts at 10. Oh, yeah. So that's where a lot of collectors started picking up was at issue 10, and now they're working to hit that issues 1 through 9. But while I was up there picking up that was Facebook Marketplace pickup, there was a store in a mall. I kind of recognized the name, and lo and behold, it's the name that I've seen at many other comic book conventions. Is Lang's Comics. I've seen those bins. I've dug through those bins many times over the years. But man, you guys got to see the store if you haven't already. You're just here, just stepping in. So this was the big pickup in the vehicle. I couldn't believe that. And then when we go into that mall, I'm greeted with this massive mall store opening up, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a great store, right? You guys know how big a mall store can be. It's a decent size. But little did I know that one store, he had the store to the left and the store to the right interconnected with that store. Absolutely. To the right, he has a mini arcade going on and a massive set of toys for sale. And I mean, not just new toys. They're not just new toys. There's all the collectible Star Wars stuff you could ever dream of or think of. And in that same room was probably the largest selection of pops I've ever seen in person besides a convention. I mean, this was epic. Absolutely epic. And a full back counter area of pricier pops that people are looking for, like the collectible pops. And then they had a whole nother other side that was just sports stuff that they're building up. Cards, collectibles, sports cards, you name it. Jerseys, collectible autograph stuff. I'm like, that is epic. And then the comic book section was no slouch at all. You got a whole center aisle area of bins that you can dig through. You've got the whole walls full of key issues and key runs, slab books, graded books, you name it. And this was, where's the other picture? Nope, that's the pops. I went out of order and I threw myself off here. It was just Just so many comic books in this. It was essentially 3 mall stores, like I said. So many comic books and pops. I wanted to sit there and actually play in the arcade for a hot minute. That would have been a ton of fun if I had an extra hour to do that. Pops out the wazoo. Sports card section. I didn't even get a chance to really dig into the sports card section. I just took a couple of quick pictures. They are expanding. They are expanding big time. They're expanding so much more that you'd think they'd be set with 3 mall stores. No. Step out in the aisle, do a 180. They had a whole nother store on the other side of the mall where it was their Lang's comic book warehouse, open only Saturdays and Sundays. This is what you're looking for. This is like a weekend convention in its own anytime. This is going to be worth the pilgrimage anytime. Look at this. Bin after bin after bin after bin after bin of dollar books addicted. I could spend an entire weekend there, and I can't wait to do that. This is exactly what you dream of and what you look for in an epic comic book store in between conventions when you want to spend some time digging and looking for some fun stuff for your collection. They're just comic books everywhere. Everywhere. So I was there for 2 hours. Before I realized I didn't have my bank card in my wallet. It was still with my wife. After she had run an errand for me and grabbed some money out of the ATM, I didn't have my bank card. So I had to awkwardly approach the owner and be like, this is going to sound really weird, but I don't have my bank card and I'm multiple hours away from home. And this is after I had already stacked up a bunch of books to make a bundle-roo offer. He's like, all right. He's like, we can figure this out. And finally, these were the books that I grabbed, actually. Let me move this right out of the way. I left so many more books behind. The Tales of the TMNT, Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series from 1988. It had like the first 10 issues there that I wanted to grab. Left those behind. There was a second print of issue 7 or 8, the one with Krang on the cover. That blue one, that was there. I wanted to pick that up. Predator, this first series of Predator that I just let go in a whatnot auction. I saw another one. I was like, oh, maybe I should. Left that behind. There was tons of Krang books. Tons of books out there. Lots of Star Wars keys. Speaking of Star Wars keys, this is one I couldn't leave behind because this one has eluded me forever. Kanan, number 6, in an extremely high condition. And as I move it, you can see by my middle finger right here to the spine, there is one slight indentation. It's a non-color breaking crease that is going to press out. And I hope this gets a 9.8. But I, won't be shocked if it comes back a 9.6 either, because depending on the grader, depending on the day, it doesn't break color. So if it comes out and it still doesn't break color after it comes out, it should be a 9.8. It is a solid looking book. But another book that I don't see often enough, is Star Wars The Force Awakens and number 1. For a book that's dead spec, that most people don't care about, that's got some great first appearances here, I don't see this out in the wild anywhere. People are holding the book. People are not really selling the book that much. I see it on eBay, right? I see it on online places, but I'm not really interested in paying the taxes and the fees and the shipping for what's essentially a $5 to $15 book, depending on condition and depending on where you're buying from. So to find one in the wild was pretty awesome. And for a great price, right? $15 for that. And for for issues 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's not bad. So essentially less than cover price, right? 4, 8, 6. Yeah, less than cover price. Why can't I do math right now? So for less than cover price, I got the first 5 issues of that run. That's great. Issue 1 looks like it's in near mint condition, maybe near mint minus. The other ones are definitely near mint minus, so they're just good high grade readers. Happy to have those in the collection because I don't know if it's just a dry spell when it comes to not going to a convention for a long time. But those Force Awakens number 1s, I haven't seen them anywhere where I live. Nowhere. Like not even on some of the Facebook auction places or YouTube auction places. Like it just doesn't come up for some reason. I don't know if it's because the book isn't hot and people aren't really looking for it, but I've been looking for it. Finally found one. Either way, I digress. Moving along. And then the last 2 books were graded books, and I just cannot leave this behind when I find one for an affordable price. Marvel Team Up 141 9.2 white pages. It's a classic book to have, classic cover. It's you got Secret Wars number 8, ASM 252, And this book is kind of like that trifecta for the Black Origin of the Black Suit. So that's one of those ones that I feel like is still affordable to add to a collection. You look at Secret or ASM 252 is just high grade, is just skyrocketed, right? Secret Wars number 8 in high grade is, I hate to use the term affordable, but it's a lot less expensive than 252 is in high grade. And then when you look at Marvel Team Up 141, 9/8s. 9/8s are stupid expensive. I don't know why. Maybe it has to do with the way those books were created, because it seems to be a lot of spine roll, a lot of spine issues with that book. But then, you look at 9/0s, 9/2s, 9/4s, they definitely seem affordable, right? 9/6s, I think, are even still a little bit affordable. But 9/8s, the last time I looked up a 9/8 on GPA, it was like $1,600 or $1,700 for the last sale. Either way, last book I grabbed from Lang's, and I could not leave this behind, was Star Wars Clone Wars number 2, 9.8 for the Ahsoka Tano collection. I just couldn't leave that behind. Just couldn't leave that behind. So that's an epic road trip haul. That was a heck of a hike. With some weirdness on my end for getting any form of payment, and thankfully having just enough gas to get home, like literally just enough gas to get home. My tank is on E, and I still have to gas up for this week coming up. So I better not forget that in the morning. But yeah, let's set up this chat again really quick before we do the announcements and close it out. Mine, Something's Killing It starts at 10. Yep. You have way more than 7 issues. Yeah, we've got a lot of issues going on. 1K on the way. Yes. Yep. It looks like it's 993 is what this dashboard is showing at the moment. So who knows? Could be tonight, could be tomorrow, could be a month from now. It could just stall out, and the content will keep coming either way. Absolutely dopeness. Insane store. Yes, that is an insane store, and I cannot wait to go back there. Must be where SSCO gets their stuff. I don't know. Yeah, we promoted it for a hot minute. I had a blast at the store. I hope he finds this video and sees this. I had a blast at the store, and I hope other people do too. Absolutely had a good time. Stopping by to drop a like. Have a great show. Thanks, You Promised Me Comics. Make sure you guys check out You Promised Me Comics, and you're subbing them up and supporting them as well. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out on a Sunday. I'm actually going to load some more books for the Whatnot auction this Friday. Knights of Khonshu, thanks for being here. We just recapped everything twice. If you're just showing up, please catch us on the replay. Maybe hit a little fast forward. In fact, I'll actually drop some micro content of the first round, or the first series of the haul there. But yeah, I'm actually going to load up some books for the Whatnot auction coming up. And then we're actually going to sit down and we're actually going to watch a bit of a movie tonight. Absolutely. The Last of Us Part 2, you can find on YouTube and watch all of the movie segments on there. We're going to check that out tonight, probably. But yeah, so that's it. That's the big announcements. Whatnot auction this Friday, August 6th, starting at 8 p.m. I've got a good giveaway book for that, and there's already probably like 10 or 15 books loaded on there now. So I'm going to load 5 or 10 tonight, and then 5 or 10 tomorrow night, and then the night before, hoping to have everything loaded up by no later tomorrow night or Tuesday, something like that. So that way everybody's got plenty of time to look, and I'll record a quick video tomorrow night, potentially, and get that post up there, because there's just a little funny clip placeholder. Check that out. Head over there. Hit that follow button. Let me know what you think. Share some feedback. But that's it, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Like I said, I'm going to continue to try to do the Sunday bagging and boarding hangout where we're actually bagging and boarding, but this road trip haul was too epic to not share with everybody hanging out. It's on IG too. I shared the pictures there. This was just too epic to not share. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out, having a good time, hopefully. We will see you guys on the next one. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., Mail Call Monday, down here in the dojo. Then we'll be here Wednesday, and we'll throw up some content for probably Thursday or Friday as well. So once again, thanks, everybody, for being here. Y'all know how I'm going to do this, right? We go peace out. We go pinkies out. I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side for the next video. And remember, the most important part, all day, every day. Stay original. Take care of each other.
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.
Excuse me while I change. The roller boogie has made me sweaty. Yeah, sweaty. I love gold. I love gold. I love gold.